So you guys voted for another low elo build order. Now, I know you guys enjoyed the low elo fast castle build order, but this one's an interesting one, and it is the scouts into archers build. Now, a lot of players might not like this, but it was the second most voted, and I want to tell you exactly why you would need this build order in your next ranked game. So allow this fastest Low Elo Legend to show you one of the coolest builds of 2025. Alright guys, so we're going to start with Saracens, and as they don't have any eco bonuses, and it's just going to be ranked game stipulations as normal. And now I'm just going to hit the start game button. Why am I saying that? I have no idea why I just said that. It's like I'm a narrator or something. Anyway, hit start game. What the hell? Okay guys, so as soon as the game starts, all you gotta do is just place two houses, put a hotkey on your scout, get your first sheep onto the TC, and send your scout towards the sheep to, you know, ungaia them. And yeah, just shift queue all your vills to the sheep, and you can scout with the sheep like that if you wish to. I think now would be a great time to practice that, just to show you without, you know, having a high APM. You can see automatically they're gonna just follow that pattern while I'm busy with the scout. And what you need to do is just take this sheep underneath your TC. Pretty simple stuff, right? However, I would like you all to note that this build order is not the same as the others, because this build order requires you to send the 7th build to the boar. Yes, that's okay, because we're going anti-lame here, or anti-lame, however you pronounce it. And the goal here is to stay in Feudal Age longer, right? And that's what we're gonna do, because you're gonna go scouts into archers, right? This was a once upon a time most hated build order by the pros, and now they kind of love it because it wasn't feasible in, you know, when it comes to 2.5k elo, right? So that's that. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is we have 7 on food and 2 on wood. That's what we're gonna do. The next villager goes to the hut, right? Now, the goal is, before we reach our 13th pop, we will go for our second boar. So most probably we'll have both the boars under our TC before, you know, our 14th pop. So that's the idea. So I'm gonna send this to the boar, and meanwhile, you see, it's about to get over there, the boar, and we have the second boar coming in, and the next build just builds 2 houses. As simple as that. There we go. Nice, clean lure. And we keep sending it to the hunt. We put our sheeps in one area. So now the 16th will go to the berries to build a house. Normally, if the berry bushes are close to these 2 houses, then you send this villager to do that. Now, I'm not gonna scout. I'm just gonna, you know, send him in a pattern just like that. Shift Q it, and it should work just like that. And I should find the opponent. Anyway, we're on standard. Practice on standard because it's easier. No, you won't get rushed early. And now we have our other will going to build a mill, almost in a second. We'll be ready. And now what we're gonna do is take some of these guys and put on this sheep, and these guys eventually go to the sheep. So there we go. And anybody that's here's a Low Elo Legend pro tip, if that makes sense, right? Always spam your PC hotkey like that, and after every 3, hit your idle. So you never get idle this way, right? This is how we do it. You know, this is how pros do it, by the way. Anyway, let's go ahead and find the opponent while so now we need to have 4 on berries, guys. Remember that. 4 on berries. So now we move these guys to the next sheep, and that's it. Do we have 4? And then we go for a loop. Right, perfect. So the idea here is to go up on 19 pop. Now, we have more than 500, so we just queue our click up to Feudal, basically, and we send the rest to wood. Let's send this guy to this straggler, and just spread them out evenly here. It's okay, it can take some practice. I'm just showing you how to do this, and just shift Q them, you know, while your scout looks for the opponent. And now what we're gonna do is just shift Q these, and make sure that you have the correct amount of people on wood and food. So now 9 on wood, 9 on food. That's the goal, right? You can also add one more if you wish to, if you're running low. But now what we're going to do is send one food villager to go build a barracks. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because as soon as this hits 60%, he's going to reach there and start building it. So once we hit feudal, which we should any moment now, I'm a little late on it, but it's fine. It's okay. Make sure you queue that extra villager. Okay, there we go. We found the opponent. Now we're just going to circle around. And while we're at it, we're going to send one more to just back him up, because by the time he's done, we'll have to build a stable. Now, we send this guy here, and we'll send one person more to, one villager more to bury, so we can sustain scout production. Now, I'm going to build a stable and immediately get double bit axe, alright? And that's it. We are on our way to do a scout rush. Now, how do we move it to a archer build? So, what we need to do is just follow what we know, is just keep building farms for every 60 wood, right? Now, we're not going to be using the market to go up or, you know, to get archers or any of that, because this is supposed to be a generic build. We start queuing our scouts. We start walling if you wish to, and most importantly, we start building farms. That's very important. So once we get up to 8 farms, right now we have 4. Once we get up to 8 farms, we will start working towards our archery range. You understand, brother? That is very important. Notice I'm not going to attack the opponent here. It's all about you learning the build order. So we're just going to focus on being here this time. Unlike my other build orders, it's the fun part, guys. I love attacking the opponent. Come on. I'm sure you like that bit as well. Especially with the Roblox sound effects. Anyway. Cool. So now we, let's see if we have 8 on farms here. How many do we have? We've got 6. So 2 more. And that's it. Now what we're going to do is send next 8 bills to gold. That's the idea. So, and then we will start building a range as soon as possible. And meanwhile, if you want to spend on the food, you can spend the food on building a scout, making more scouts. So we've got extra more here. See that? So 8 more on gold. And by the time, as soon as we hit 175 wood, we start building our range. So there you go. And that's it. All you gotta do is focus on macro and micro at the same time, but I would suggest doing this versus a standard AI. Now we've got how many on gold? We've got 7, 1 more, and then we're back to sending them to farms or wood, wherever you like to, you know. But you know, the idea is to, you know, make farms, right? Because we need to click up. Imagine you're not Saracens, you don't use the market, or abuse the market, more or less. Now we make the second range. Let's try making it with 2 builds to hurry the process, and then we just start queuing builds. Archers, and that's it. And start building farms as soon as you get 60. The same thing. And if you want to build more scouts, or you want to stop making scouts, just 3 scouts. Yeah, and you're good to go. So now what we're gonna do is don't forget to don't be like me. Don't forget to queue builds. And here's a neat trick. So you click on the archery range, right click it, and click on the other archery range and right click it. And what will happen is all these guys will queue right inside your range instead of outside it, right? So you don't, you know, the opponent doesn't know how many you have. And meanwhile, we just work towards building our farms. And once the berry builds run out, you can send them to an extra, the other wood line, or this wood line, most likely. And continue walling, folks. Continue walling. I'm not showing that just because I want to focus on the micro aspect. So at 34 wills, we're gonna, and don't forget to build houses. Very important. And in case this thing happens to you, immediately queue Town Watch, send 2 wills to build the house. And by the time Town Watch is done, I assure you, the house will be constructed. And that's it. So in case this happened to you, make sure, here's a rule. It's a rule of thumb, I believe. In Feudal Age, 2 houses to build. In Castle Age, 3 houses to build. And in Imp, 4, right? When you're about to get house. So it's a simple rule, guys. And now you can see I'm ready to click up to castle while I am still queuing my archers, right? You can now, what you could do is, if you knock, sometimes you can get fletching, right? I would immediately, if I'm attacking the opponent and I have an upper hand, only if you have an upper hand, you get fletching almost immediately. Oh, damn it, I couldn't, such a fail. Anyway, so now you can see I'm on 34 wills. I can just click up here, and there you go. That's it. And you build a lumber camp here, take these guys, queue them here, and that's it. You're sorted. You have already the means. Look at the army you've built already. So if I just, there you go. I have around 9 archers. Normally I would have, okay, 9 archers. Yeah, 8 archers. That's a little bad, but normally if I'm focused in the game, I would have more. And now I can work towards having my blacksmith down, get all my upgrades if I'm looking to attack him with the archers. But the goal here is to attack your opponent with scouts and archers at the same time. So like I said, once you have the upper hand, instead of building a lumber camp, second lumber camp, you immediately look to, or building extra farms, immediately look to place your blacksmith as so. Right, that's pretty much it. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section and let me know. A lot of people have been telling me to do the phosphor build order, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a poll out soon, or probably before the release of this video. Let me know still what you'd like to see in the comment section. I'll be sorry, then in the next video, and just put that in the comment section. Yeah. One misclick at a time. Anyway, this is your fastest Low Elo Legend signing off, and have a good one. Cheers. See.